vlog. It's the weekend, hallelujah. We've had the full moon, which means it's all change in the garden. We've got, ooh, right on cue, a little bit of sunshine this weekend, but intermittent. However, this weekend I do want to get quite a lot of gardening done. No surprises there. And also just have a little bit of a spring kind of reset. Mind, body and home spring reset. So the first thing that I'm doing is just sorting out the blooms in the house. We've had a few blooms which are finished, so I've just been getting rid of those. And we've had our Smith and Munson tulip delivery. So I've got these absolutely beautiful pink tulips. These arrived yesterday. I trimmed the bottoms and popped them in some water, which is what you're meant to do to help them stay upright as long as possible. And I'm just going to give them one more trim before I pop them in the water. Okay, the tulips are all in their pot, looking absolutely gorgeous. I did take away quite a few of the leaves just because these have got so many leaves. It was more leaf than tulips, so I've done a little bit of editing and they look absolutely gorgeous. So these are going to go in the living room. And then I've got this little planter of muscari here. We've had these up on the kitchen side for probably a month and they have provided so much joy, so much lovely bloom during the early part of March. But now some of the blooms are starting to flop down. So what I like to do is just give these ones a little bit of a trim, just neatens it up a little bit. To be honest, the rest are still going strong. So I'm just gonna leave this like that. And then in a few days when these ones start to flop down as well, I'll give them all a trim and then wait until the green has died down before planting them out in the garden. So Charlie made us both scrambled eggs with some crispy bacon and kale for our breakfast this morning. But I always like to finish with something sweet. I think it was in the last vlog or the second to last when I really had lost my voice completely. And as you can tell, still have a tiny bit of a sniffle. This is the world's most elongated cold. I made up my smoothie jars and these, I did these last summer and I think the summer before as well. I'll show you again on the screen here how I put them together. There's everything from oats, kale, nut butter, berries, all of my different powders, bananas, nuts and seeds. There's so much goodness in here and it just saves me so much time, especially because I like to put in all the weird and wonderful powders, my collagen, electrolytes, mushroom powders. It honestly takes me forever just to go around with a teaspoon putting all the powders in, whereas if I do 6 or 7 jars at a time, it takes no time at all. I let them defrost for a few minutes. Sometimes they need a little bit longer because the banana has kind of solidified down at the bottom. So I'll pop that on the agar. And then I just blend it up with an acai pouch and some almond milk or water in the mornings. Always as my second breakfast, my kind of sweet after the savoury. Second breakfast. Mid-morning snack. Next time, I think I'm not going to do the bananas at the bottom because they've completely solidified. So I've just put them on the agar for a few moments to defrost. And I'm going to undo a boot sorter in the meantime. I have to say, living out here, one thing I miss is just popping into Boots because my nearest one is 25-minute drive away in a town that I don't usually go to. So Boots online is now my way of shopping, you know, all the bits that you need for the house, tissues, flu tablets, and all the beauty treats as well. I miss the kind of mooching, but now I do online mooching. And at the moment, I'm not really using fake tan that regularly as much as I normally do because we're only in, well, we are officially in spring, but it's still only early spring, and it's on the very odd occasion that I even have any limbs out, so can't really be bothered to do full body fake tans at the moment. But this, I swear, I feel like we've probably all used this at some point in our lives. It's so affordable and it really is just so good. Whenever I compliment anyone about their glow and, oh, have you been on holiday? They're just like, no, it's Garnier 24-hour gradual tan lotion. And this really doesn't make you stinky. So yeah, I thought I would top up on that one. And then I've got an array of tissues. Tell me you've had the flu without telling me you've had the flu. I'm gonna rate the tissues now. You just can't beat Kleenex soft ones. However, these were very highly rated. These are Boots' own brand. Can't believe I'm telling you my tissue purchases. These are the luxurious ultra soft tissues, 3-ply, responsibly sourced from Boots. And yeah, they were very highly rated. So yes, I did read tissue reviews. What a dork. I got the Echinacea Cold and Flu Relief, a traditional herbal medicine product to relieve the symptoms of cold and flu. I've never seen this brown kind of packaging on cold and flu medicine before in Boots, but I love the fact that they're doing herbal medicinal products. And Echinacea, as I discovered last week when I was reading my homeopathy book, is fantastic for just kind of clearing everything away. So you should start to take these at the first sign of a common cold. Echinacea is a traditional herbal medicinal product used to relieve the symptoms of common cold and influenza based on traditional use only. So I got those, and I also got Boots' own brand, and I also got Lemsip, just because you always need a stock at home, in my opinion. Ooh, okay, I grabbed this. I didn't actually need a new Estrid razor because my old one is still live and kicking and doing very well. They're the kind of product that you buy once and then you don't really need to buy them again. You can get the razor blades on a subscription. I imagine you can probably get them in Boots as well. However, I couldn't resist this colour. I just thought it was so lovely. It's called Moss, and I plan on using my pink one as a travel razor now and having this one as my more regular use one. I mean, have you ever seen a more beautiful razor? Isn't it just stunning? And then you get this little kind of nodule with the suction pad on it, and that is how it sits in your shower. I just love them. So moss green, I thought that was just gorgeous. They're so weighty. You've probably seen every influencer on the planet talking about these. They really are amazing. It's such a lovely company, everything that they stand for, the fact that you're not using loads of single-use razor heads or razors. Yeah, really beautifully made. And I think products that you use regularly, why not get the most beautiful option? What other goodies do we have in here? Oh, okay, the last few bits are makeup bits, because these are all things that, like, social media, maybe Instagram, maybe TikTok made me buy it, or someone online made me buy it. Probably either Molly Campsey or Elle, Bambi Does Beauty. So, oh, actually, no, this was Alex Cole. So she went on that really cool looking trip to Soho Farmhouse with L'Oreal. They called it the L'Oreal Riders Club. And it was very kind of like horse focused, let's say. And I hope I've got the right one, but this is the lip liner that Alex was wearing. Le Lip Crayon, Color Riche, in the shade Organza. I personally love a brownie pink. That looks perfect. I don't know how well you can see this, but that is literally the exact colour that I was looking for. Something that's not wildly dissimilar to my lip colour, but just so that I can ever so slightly overdraw to make my lips appear a little bit bigger. And then 𝑫𝑬𝑚𝑨 is a brand that I don't really see people talking about online. People probably do talk about 𝑫𝑬𝑚𝑨 online, I just haven't really seen it. But again, based on lots of reviews that I'd seen on the website, this came really highly rated. It's their Lip Tide, in fact, Lip Tide pH Lip Oil. For morning and night, a lightweight lip oil with ceramide and peptide-rich Lip Tide, so many serious words, complex, hydrating avocado and tamunu oils, a glossy formula that instantly nourishes, plumps and softens, with a soft, flushed tint that adapts to your lips' natural pH, to cushion without stickiness. I like the sound of that. Ooh, it smells amazing. And at this time of year when it's still a bit chilly, but you're inside then outside then inside then outside, a hydrating lip treatment is exactly what you need. Okay, Infallible Brows. This is also by L'Oreal. I have a feeling these were on 3 for 2 or something like that. I definitely got some kind of discounts on all of these beauty products, which was great. Infallible Brows 24-hour micro precision pencil. So this is a scroll up, really, really fine eyebrow pencil. So it's going to give you lovely hair-like strokes. I've already done my brows today, so I'll have to play with this properly tomorrow, but I think this colour match will be absolutely perfect. And if you like your brows to be quite natural, ooh, already I can see that's going to be amazing. And to go with it, this is the L'Oreal Brow Lamination. This little duo is definitely Alex Cole inspired. If you like the look of a brow lamination, which is kind of very brushed up, fluffy kind of brows, but you want to be able to do it super easily at home, then I feel like this is going to be a really, really good one. A very long lasting brow gel, but so easy to use because it's just in a spoolie. And a darn sight cheaper than the Anastasia one, I must say. So I'll test this little combo out tomorrow. Looking forward to trying that with a lip liner. And then, gosh, I feel like high street makeup right now is really so good. I used to wear this years and years ago. It's the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in the shade 505. I remember when I first started going to blog events and like influencer events, this is before the word influencer even existed. I would wear the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liner and this lipstick, L'Oreal 505. Oh, it is such a nice colour and it's so balmy. Great if you want something that's just a little bit more affordable but still so beautiful. Look at that. I'm excited to bring this back. I feel like this has been quite a nostalgic Boots haul with my Garnier body, my Lemsip. Oh my gosh. Yes! I absolutely love this. Okay, dream lip combo. I'll leave these both linked down below. They're both from the, both from the Color Riche collection, Organza and 505. But I'll leave direct links to these down below. Yeah, so I also got the brow liner and the brow laminator, and there was definitely at least one special offer involved in all of this. I am so happy with this lip combo. I topped up on my favourite lip balm, which is the one from The Ordinary. And then I was feeling a bit experimental. I thought this looked quite similar to the Chanel cream bronzer, which I've had in the past and really loved. And weirdly, don't remember finishing, but no longer have in my possession. Maybe I did finish it, I don't know. But this is a cream bronzer from Boots No. 7. And I feel like if there's a brand that does a lot of research into skincare, into makeup, that I love and trust, then it's Boots No. 7. Wow, that looks amazing. I really want to try this now. Why did I do my makeup already? Maybe I'll just put some of this on top of what I've already got on. Let's do it. Please excuse all the mess behind me. Not too sure what brush to use with this, but I've got this one from, that honestly looks like it says Specco. But I don't even know if that's a real word, but it's quite a dense brush, so. I wonder if it's a bit like the Jones Road one, so you have to kind of like break it first. Ooh. Oh, this is nice. Oh my gosh, this is literally the same as the Chanel. Oh my gosh. Don't put on too much, Doris. I'm not very good at the positioning of it, am I? I feel like if you're good at contouring, you would be very good at this. I like to put bronzer around my hairline. I think it makes it look like you've been on holiday or sat in the sun for the afternoon. It's also very hard doing your bronzer in a mirror this big that's attached to your camera. And by mirror, I mean lens. No, I don't, I mean screen. This cold that I've had has like obliterated my brain cells, I promise you. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is so nice. What a beautiful colour. Also, that lip combo, perfection. Yes, I am super happy with that. That is going to be my new go-to bronzer for spring and summer. Who'd have thought it? So it's the Soft Glow Cream Bronzer from Boots No. 7, and it's in the shade, I've got the shade Light Glow, which is a really beautiful shade, and it's not too warm toned. So if you do like to contour and kind of chisel, create the illusion of shadow, then I feel like that's just so perfect. Oh, I really need to wash my hair. Okay, we are back in the kitchen and I am so happy with all of those beauty purchases. Look how great that bronzer looks. I feel like I want to apply it all over my body. Okay, so let's see if my bananas are now... Yeah. Perfect. I have to say, this batch of smoothie jars I did make extra healthy. It's got even things like spirulina and loads of mushrooms and stuff in it, so I might go a bit lighter on the spirulina next time, just so they still taste good. And I always put a little bit of water in the bottom of the jar just to get all the powder, and I guess it helps to clean the jar before it goes in the dishwasher. Okay, final ingredient, almond milk. I like this one from Plenish. And, ooh, sunshine. And we blend. Something that I think they've changed with the new Thermomix is that it doesn't take quite so long to turn on. Smoothie for today. And smoothie for tomorrow. So I've done my 2 days worth of smoothie. That's tomorrow's in my Erewhon smoothie jar, and today's. I will, before I forget, create a QR code for all of the things that were in my Boots order, including all the makeup pieces. Wow, I am so bronzed. And I'll leave the QR code on the screen here, so I'll leave all the beauty products linked down below in the description box, and also in a QR code to make it super easy for you. That tastes very healthy. Yay, sun is back out. It really is in and out today, but I've popped on a fleece over the top of my top and some leggings because I do want to get out in the garden. But I've just popped together this bunch of flowers from Bloom & Wild. If you watched to the end of the last vlog, you'll be getting major deja vu right now, because I actually just filmed that clip because I realised I didn't end the last vlog. But what I was saying in that clip, apologies if you've heard this all before, was that I've been using and ordering from Bloom & Wild on and off for a very long time. Like, definitely the whole time we've lived here, which is 5 years, and a whole lot of the time we lived in London, probably 10 years. Because they're so convenient and, in my opinion, very well priced for flowers that last a long time. So this, I can't remember exactly how much this was. I'm sure it was under £50, I think. I did use a £10 off code, which I'll leave linked down below. Really good little thing to use for Mother's Day, or any time to be honest. But yeah, I do have a £10 off code, which I'll link down below. This is the Noemi bunch, not Naomi, Noemi. And you've got phlox, you've got roses, even rosemary, and I don't know what these are, but I find that with Bloom & Wild bouquets, you got to kind of give it 24 hours. You do get flower food and you pop it in when you snip the stems and everything, but they do take a bit of time to like rehydrate, because obviously they've come through the post and they're a bit sad when they arrive, but then they look amazing 24 hours later. So give it time, and you can always add, if you want to, you can add little bits and bobs to your order. There's brownies, there's like notebooks, there's even jewelry, I think. I added some flower cutting scissors because I always lose them, and they're very, very handy. You can add Whispering Angel, I think you can add champagne, rosé, whatever you like. So very nice little gift to send someone if you can't see them, if you can't see your mum on Mother's Day. When is this video going live? You probably don't have long, but I think they do next day delivery. So if you get cracking, you might be able to get these in time for Mother's Day. But yeah, as I said, I'll leave my £10 off code down below. I'm gonna pop these right here on the kitchen table. Dexy! Such a nice boy. What are you going to get me for Mother's Day, Dexy? Mummy, you know what? You can get me a gift because I'm so handsome. Tell everybody how handsome you are. I'm not gonna even give you eye contact because I'm too good looking. Oh, you're so handsome. I'm putting off going outside because it's... one minute it's sunny, 1 minute it's grey, but it's cold and it's windy. Right, coffee, then gardening. Is Okay, last thing before I go outside. This month, I'm beginning to wonder if it's fortnightly, because I feel like I show you this a lot, but I've got my subscription of Citizens of Soil. This week it's from Portugal, Rio do Norte. I've never been to Portugal. I would love to go. So today's olive oil is regeneratively farmed, milled within a day of picking the fruit, 100% extra virgin, extracted without heat or chemicals. Tasting notes, oh, pairs well with banana bread. Tasting notes of apple, banana and almonds. That sounds good, a fruity olive oil. What a treat. Okay, so as I've mentioned a few times, I am doing my gardening by the moon this year. So I'm taking some guidance from the almanac book, and as the moon goes through different cycles, that can kind of prompt you as to what you should be doing in the garden. So now that we've had the full moon for March, ooh, that always happens when I come in. I think it's the heat kind of just making things move in here. Yeah, now that we've had the full moon, there is said to be a drawing down energy. So it's a really good time to plant things that grow beneath the soil. So things like carrots and radish, beetroot, spring onion, and, well, that's what I've got here, spring onion, radish and beetroot. You could also do things like turnips or anything that grows below the ground, basically. So I'm going to do this little selection today. I've got a perennial onion. Didn't know that onions could be perennial. But that looks and sounds amazing. A little cherry bell radish. These I'm going to do straight in the ground, whereas these I'm going to do in a little plug tray. And I'm also going to do this beetroot in a plug tray. As you can see, this is not a fresh seed packet. It is open. It actually has a date on it, 1st of April 2023. And I've got a feeling that was when it was packed. So that's still 2 years ago. So I'm not sure if these will germinate, but it's worth a try. But first of all, let's go outside and direct sow. Which one did I say I was going to direct sow? The radish. Let's get this in the beds. Controversial, but Charlie put the cream eggs in the fridge, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm all about putting chocolate in the fridge, and I've just remembered that there is half a dairy milk in my pocket from yesterday. But there's something about the inside of a cream egg that just goes a bit funny in the fridge. It'll suffice. But Charlie and I now need to do a little bit of clearing, the less glamorous March gardening job. Charlie is chopping down some of the branches of some of the laurel hedging, and I'm going to salvage some of them to use as supports for my peas and my beans later in the year, and also just help clear up the branches. So that's what we're going to do for the next hour, and then it's inside to watch the rugby. Okay, excuse my little pink nose. I went to lean against the kitchen counter and it was just a little bit further away than I thought. So we're done in the garden. That was quite good cardio. And now it's time to watch the rugby. I will kind of watch it from a distance in the kitchen, just listening out for Charlie's cheers. Hopefully there'll be some cheers anyway. And we are going to have chicken fajitas for dinner tonight. And we've not got quite enough fajita wraps, so I'm actually going to try Making fajita wraps, I think it's quite easy. I think it's very similar ingredients to bread. Obviously you don't want them to rise. Flour, water, not sure what else, but I'm gonna have a quick Google and hopefully I've got all the ingredients. Okay, apparently water, plain flour, wholemeal flour, olive oil and salt is all you need. Yay, let's give this a go. Okay, we need 130 grams of water. And we're heating this up to 50 degrees. 100 grams of plain flour and 150 grams of wholemeal flour, 15 grams of olive oil, and a teaspoon of salt. So these are not quite going to plan, and I'd love to know if any of you guys watching can help me. I'm sure there are many of you watching that are very experienced making wraps at home. So I do them in the pan, and like I just showed you, they look perfectly cooked in the pan. Then I'm popping them on a plate, and a few moments later, they still look raw in the middle. And I don't know why. They're kind of hard and crispy on the outside, and these little areas in the middle still look raw, even though when they're in the pan, they look cooked, which is very strange. So that one's been out the heat for a few minutes. This one I have been nibbling, but look how raw that looks. Just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yes, I've still been nibbling around the outside, testing it. Still tastes good, but yeah, just a bit raw. So if anyone's got any advice, please let me know. Good morning, my Dixie. Come on then. Win-win. You can do it. I believe in you. You can figure it out. Mommy, help? Oh, no, Mommy, I don't need your help. Dixie! Dixie! Dick, dick! Dick, dick! Can you spot Dickens? In the background, very far away, any fellow sausage dog mummies might be familiar with this. It's called the sausage dog breaks. It's when they just decide they've had enough. Oh, he's walking. I've decided that I've had enough of this walk, actually. And I'll take it at my own pace. Come on, baby. Come on, my tiny friend. What a silly little boy. Good morning, my darlings. A proper good morning. That was such a nice way to start a Sunday morning with a lovely, not too long, about an hour's dog walk. I think it's going to be a really nice day again today. Just sun and cloud, but a little bit chilly. I've got the house to myself this morning, which I love because it's very, very rare, because Charlie's gone to do the amenities for the cottages. We've got both sets of guests in cottage 1 and cottage 2 checking in today. So Charlie does a Dalesford run, buys the fresh milk, fresh eggs, fresh bread, and whatever else treats he's putting in. It's always something a little bit different, but we always kind of spend the same amount of money, so that the guests get a lovely bundle of nice bits and bobs. So that's what he's doing this morning. He's going to be a bit of a yo-yo today, because when he gets back We're then driving to Oddington. The Fox at Oddington is one of our favourite pubs, and they do a great Sunday roast. We're meeting our friends Phil and Hannah and their 3 children, and we're having a nice early Sunday roast. And then we're going to do our favourite walk, which is called I think it's called on all trails, the Daylesford Addlestrop Loop. And it is such a beautiful walk, and I will be putting a stasher bag or 2 in my pocket because in Oddington Woods there is some wild garlic, so I'll be picking some of that. Just had a nice pamper, and I've put on the Garnier Body Summer. I always want to call it Summer Body, but I think that's the Dove one, isn't it? Which I like as well. I haven't used that in a while, but I think this gives you a more kind of golden glow. And it's also very, very, very hydrating because it is a body lotion. So this is how I will be maintaining my tan for the foreseeable. Because I had a peel in London the other day, when was it? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. My skin, I have to be very, very careful with it, so I can't put on loads of random new things. When you have a peel, they give you a post-procedure, it's not that sinister, kit from 𝑐𝑷𝑬𝑵. So I've got these little minis, which is basically all I'm going to be using until they run out, because it's a very, very gentle cleanser, a very lovely moisturising, nourishing, they call it a rescue balm. It's basically a moisturiser. I have actually nearly finished this because I've been using it morning and evening. And then the SPF 30, which kind of surprises me that it's not SPF 50, because after a peel your skin is very, very sensitive. You've got to be super careful not to get sun damage. Even now I feel like I should probably have this on. I remember, I think it was the time before last that I had this peel, and I just completely forgot to do any specific aftercare, and wow, my skin came out I just shouldn't have even bothered with the treatment, to be honest, because my skin came out with these really quite sore under skin bumps, and it was not happy. So it really is worth doing the aftercare. This SPF, I would say, is not my favourite. It has got a little bit of a white cast to it, as you might be able to see, but it is a nice, calm, gentle one for skin that's had a little bit of a treatment. Yeah, that's made me look a little bit like a ghost, but I'll stand here looking like a ghost while I make my breakfast. I'm just going to do some dippy eggs. Ooh, I look like the moon. And then we'll get ready for the day. Okay, my eggs were delicious, and now this is a really random little hack that I would definitely recommend if you have plants in your house and if you like boiled eggs. Basically, this water, I have mentioned this I think last year on YouTube, this water that your eggs just cooked in is really full of calcium, so I actually pour it into this little watering can, which is the one that we use to water the houseplants. And yeah, basically just acts like a little bit of a fertilizer. So obviously you don't want to water them while the water is hot, but I'll just pop this on the windowsill next door, and then next time I need to water the plants, I've got some calcium-y water. Okay, sorry I didn't talk that through with you. I was watching a YouTube video. We now have the beautiful church bells going off on the background, in the background, and I've just blown my nose, which is why my face suddenly looks puffy again. But I am so happy with this. This is officially new favourite bronzer, Boots No. 7 Pro Artist Soft Glow Cream Bronzer. It just blends so nicely with my foundation. I think that looks gorgeous. I did end up using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk and I love it. I think my skin looks great. So that's going in my makeup bag because I'm actually doing something really fun tomorrow evening, and I don't know if it'll be in this vlog or the next one, but I'm packing a little makeup bag. And then I used the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint in the shade 50.5, catchy. And now let's do lips. So, oh, and also the brows. This brow combo, I am so happy with this. It really does look like I've had my brows tinted and laminated. This Infallible Precision pencil literally does what it says on the tin. You are able to design your dream brows because you can create the perfect shape. Anytime I was drawing, it literally looked like my actual brow hair. So I've kind of redrawn the shape, added in the areas that my brows are a little bit gappy, and the colour that I got is light brunette, and that was perfect. And then even as I was applying this brow lamination, I could tell it was going to be a good one just as I was applying it, because sometimes even with the Anastasia one, which I think is double if not triple the price, when you're putting it on, you really have to force your brows to go where you want them to go, whereas with this, my brow hairs just, even the first like brush through, they just kind of stayed where I put them, which is amazing and exactly what I want, because my brow hairs can fall in weird places. So if you are looking for a kind of laminated brow look and you want your brows to still look quite natural, like I feel like they still look natural, but hopefully that will last all day. So that's new favourite. I feel like I do need a bit of lip balm. I'll pop a little bit of the Beauty Pie on, just a tiny bit. Now L'Oreal Color Riche Lip Crayon in Organza. And I've just drawn ever so slightly outside my natural lip line. I'm going to pop these in my handbag for today because I'm going to want to top up. And then the Color Riche Nude Intense in 505. It's almost got the slightest little bit of coral to it, which gives it this really nice, almost like orangey warmth to it. And honestly, that is a dream lip colour. It's very similar to one of my ones from Code 8, but slightly less orange, which makes it more perfect for everyday as opposed to holiday. That is gorgeous. I'm so happy with these new makeup products. It's been a while since I really fell in love with some more kind of affordable beauty products, so I'm really so thrilled with those. Yay! Okay, I'm going to dry my hair, and I do have some new bits from Another Stories which I might very quickly show you if I have time. Hello again, my darlings. So I've just dried my hair using this, which is the Revlon, I think it's just called the Revlon Hot Brush. I showed you that I ordered this from Boots a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and it's become something that I reach for on days when I don't need to be spending a lot of time on my hair. I just need it to be dry and be smooth and have that little bit of movement to it. So I've been very much enjoying this. I was considering properly curling and styling my hair today, but after the roast we're just going for a walk, so this takes 10 minutes. If I've let my hair air dry for a little bit, this just smooths and gives that little bit of movement. You can use it to get more of like a bouncy blow dry, but as I said, I just didn't need it today. So if you want something that's just quite quick and leaves you with very sleek hair with that nice bit of shape, then I really rate that. So I said I might show you some Another Stories bits. I decided actually to try on a Reformation order that I placed last week, and I would say 50% success rate. I'll show you a few of the bits. I decided, I didn't know until now that I was going to talk through the bits, so everything else I will just film a little voiceover for. But this dress I actually thought would be a really nice, potentially, bridesmaid dress, if this is the right kind of colour for you. I don't need it. It's not one that I'll be keeping because it's just not something that I need. I haven't got a bra on, so it's not got the best shape here. But a really lovely silhouette. I love the neckline, I love the kind of shoulder. I like that you can see the shoulders. It's a very elegant length. But yeah, when I tried it on, I just thought this is a bridesmaid dress. Or to be honest, it would be a really beautiful summer wedding guest dress. I just don't think it's, I think I've got nicer things in my wardrobe for me that suit me personally better, in my opinion. But it is a gorgeous dress, so I wanted to show it to you. It's one that also would probably very much be worth you tailoring to make it fit you absolutely perfectly. But yeah, I am gonna keep, I'll show you the rest of the bits now. The white dress, again, I think I've got nicer ones, but the white skirt and the 2 different tops, I think I'm gonna keep the high neck one and the skirt. But anyway, I'll insert those clips now and let me know if you agree with the bits that I'll be keeping versus the bits that I'll be sending back. And I will again just leave everything, and the hot brush. That was really good value actually. I think compared to many other hot brushes on the market, yeah, this one was really good. So I'll leave this and all the dresses are linked down below. Alrighty, let's start with this beautiful combo. It's actually a skirt and a top, and I love the square neckline of the top. I think it's such a beautiful shape, and to be honest, anytime I find something with a square neckline, I just love it. The straps are a little bit long, but I think they'll be really easy to adjust. I really like the skirt as well. It reminds me a little bit of kind of a ballet character skirt. Beautiful length. So you can see here I've changed the top. This one is more high neck, and it's got a really lovely peplum shape to it. Very flattering and accentuating of the waist. I popped it on with this lovely pink jacket, which I'm still deciding whether to keep or not. The colour is divine, but it is such an expensive piece, so I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be one that I'll wear for many, many years. Please let me know what you think down below. I love a cropped jacket. I think it's very, very versatile, but is it more London Josie than Cotswold Josie? Oh, it's just so lovely. Look at the colour and the material. So this dress, couldn't help but feel that it was a little bit nighty-ish. It feels just a little bit too kind of lingerie-esque. I love the bottom of it. I think that detail is absolutely gorgeous, but there's something just a little bit, I'm not sure about the top. But again, please let me know your thoughts. This one, it was tricky to actually do it up by myself, so I ended up clutching it for the first part. I love the shape of it and I adore the colour, but I don't have an event to wear it to at the moment. So these are actually a few outfits that I wore while shooting my 30 Days of Spring outfits on Instagram. Thank you so much for the love on this content. I'll leave a QR code here, and that'll take you to my LTK, which is where you'll find all of the outfit details for my 30 Days of Spring outfits. I love putting these together. This was a great outfit. I definitely can't wait to wear this next time I go into London for a day of meetings. The trousers are a fairly thick linen, and I did size up so they weren't too tight, so really need the belt. And then this beautiful sleeveless kind of polo neck with the Knightsbridge jacket from Holland Cooper to smarten it up. These bags are so affordable and they truly go with everything. Next, a classic trench. You just can't beat a classic trench, can you? And I love the colour of this. It's quite cool tone. And I don't wear many cool tone things, but actually I think it's gorgeous, and I love the lapel. Is this the same base outfit? I think so. Maybe a different pair of trousers. I actually can't remember. Yeah, I think it's the same base outfit. The trousers and this sleeveless top, which I believe is silk cashmere blend. So versatile. And this top I absolutely adore. I think that the colour is lovely, with a little jumper over the shoulders, a fluffy knit. It's gorgeous. And this bag I really need to get more wear out of. So now it's Sunday afternoon, we're back to real-time vlogging, and we went for a lovely pub lunch at the Fox Oddington. This was the deconstructed rhubarb cheesecake, and it was wonderful. Then we did the Dalesford Addlestrop Loop, which is such a gorgeous walk. It takes 2.5 hours approximately, even with a doggy, and the boys were kicking a rugby ball around. It was so much fun. Ooh, little Charlie won't be happy that I showed him missing the ball there. Addlestrop is such a beautiful village. It's nice to have a look at the beautiful houses there, and then you also get to walk past these very, very friendly faces who were very intrigued to see us. So highly recommend this walk if you're visiting the Cotswolds, and yeah, it's one that you can find on the All Trails app. So this was such a lovely way to spend a Sunday. We've reached the halfway point of our walk, and we're going to grab some coffee and cake from the farm shop. Only Dalesford could sell a chocolate hand-painted hen for £200. That is an Easter treat. Good morning, my darlings. It is a bloomin' chilly Monday morning, I'm sat on the wrong side. I'm sat on the passenger side of my car because I wanted to just come in to start the vlog, and someone has parked about 3 inches away from me on that side. So if I wanted to get away and drive right now, I would have to climb over. But hats off to them for parking in such a tiny space in a very large car. The reason I'm sat in the car and not driving is I've literally just come in here to grab a hairbrush. Sorry, very boring start to the vlog. Basically, today I have done my usual Monday morning reformer Pilates with Chloe, which was fantastic. And then I had some really kind of light work I needed to do for an hour, a little bit of editing, a few very kind of easy emails to blast off. So I actually did it on my phone while on the treadmill, just walking at a slight incline, and I ended up walking for 51 minutes, and it's making me want to get a walking pad, which I know Charlie would just not approve of, but they look really cool, and I see them on my Instagram explore page where you're walking and you've got like a desk, so it's good for your posture. If anyone has got one or thinks they're either a great idea or an awful idea, I would love to know what you think. So I'm still here because actually this morning at 10, in 7 minutes time, I've got a crystal, I don't know what you'd call it, appointment, treatment, therapy, I'm not sure. They really kind of invited me to try this out, and I love things like this. I love trying out new things, and all the treatments and activities here at Bamford I just adore. So I thought I would slather my hair in Olaplex. I think seeing as I had my hair dyed a little bit more blonde lately, it's just great to treat it as much as possible. So an hour of Olaplex should do it well, hence why I came to get my hairbrush. Lila actually gave me this. I think it's maybe a bit heavy for her hair, number 3. Repairs and strengthens, but it will be perfect for me. I also came to grab this from the car. I made my matcha, cinnamon, and ran out of maple syrup, so honey pudding. But as you can see, I put way too much liquid in, so it's going to be more of a drink, which I think will still taste really nice. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go in and do my crystal appointment. I don't know if I'll be able to film anything. If I can, I will obviously show you. I might just take everything in this little bag. And then I have got something so fun happening later today, which I can't wait for. Might even pop to Estelle Manor after I've showered. We'll see. We'll see where the day takes us. But my darlings, welcome to Monday. I was about to say welcome to the vlog. Let's go and have our crystal appointment. Okay, my darlings, time for a little catch up. It's a couple of hours later. So, crystal healing. So, the treatment was with Lynn at Bamford, and she's such a lovely lady. You know, when you meet someone and you just pick up that they've got the nicest energy, which I guess it shouldn't really be surprising for someone that works as a crystal healer. So the treatment, she gave me a little bit of an introduction, and then I lay down on the bed, and I think I must have been laying down for about 40 minutes. I completely lost track of time, and Lynn placed crystals on my body at different areas for different amounts of time, and then she would move them and she would reposition them based on kind of, I guess, vibrations that she was feeling. And what she was aiming to do was to open up my chakras and get the energy moving. So when I emerged from this slumber, we had a little chat, and she was telling me what she experienced and what she felt, and it was as though I had just seen a psychic medium. Like, she could pinpoint a time in my life that I experienced grief. She could pinpoint something that's going on now, and it's not a case of, oh, she could have googled it, because this is not something that I've ever shared online. And my goodness, the accuracy was wild. Obviously this is not the point. It's not, you don't go to have like a psychic experience, but it was incredible what she could tell, and so precise that it just was not, like, couldn't have been a coincidence. And she was, obviously what we were talking about was very, very personal, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you everything that we discussed, but one thing that she did say was that my soul is that of a beautiful swan. And she was saying how, well, I understood it as someone that kind of projects this image of everything's okay, everything's fine, I'm good to look after everyone else, whereas under the surface I'm a bit like this. And I know that to be true. Like, that is, she's hit the nail on the head with that one. And she could pinpoint areas where I'm kind of holding tension, haven't let things go, areas where I hold emotion. And it was very interesting, something that she said at the beginning within a sentence was using the word dis-ease. She didn't say the word disease, but she said it as dis-ease, and it just suddenly was like a light bulb moment to me, because often disease comes from areas of stress and tension where there is dis-ease. I don't know, that, like, the way that she slotted that into a sentence, I was like, oh my gosh, that just makes so much sense. So it was such an interesting treatment experience, and you can go multiple times, and she can work on different parts of you, and I am so open to things like this. I did leave with my own little crystal, and this is to help when I'm feeling a little bit anxious. Begins with 𝑐𝑷𝑬𝑵, possibly, and you can hold it to your body when you're feeling a little bit stressed, a little bit anxious, to whatever part of your body you feel that it needs. And it helps, the vibrations and the energy from this almost counteract the anxious vibrations. I think it's fascinating, and I'd love to see Lynn again. I will definitely be booking in with Lynn again. I'm sure the Bamford spas in London as well probably offer crystal healing. She also does group sessions. Just fascinating. I love learning about things like that, and especially, again, like I think I was talking about when I was going on about herbal teas, anything that's been around for centuries, I just think there's got to be something in it. It's got to work, otherwise it would just be a fad. Like, you can think about wellness fads that we all took part in years ago. We will look back at times like now and possibly think, oh my gosh, why are we doing X, Y, Z? But things like homeopathy, herbal teas, crystals, they have been around for so long. So I believe in it. And here I am this year as well, gardening by the moon, which has its own energy. So yeah, times are changing. I am getting a little bit more open-minded to everything like that. Anyway, had a lovely shower, washed out the Olaplex, got in the car with my hair a little bit damp, so it's just a little bit fluffy at the moment, but that's fine. I'm at Estelle now, and I think I'm just going to find a nice table and have a hearty lunch, because I don't know when I'm next going to be eating. So I'm going to have a really big lunch and catch up with some emails. So I've not been here in a while. I don't think I've been here since January. So let's go and get some lunch. So this beautiful room here is the Japanese restaurant in the evenings, but there's absolutely no one in here during the daytime, so this has been my office. Had lunch in the orangery, which is great, but yeah, I've had this room to myself. It's been perfect. I had to do a couple of work calls. I always just love taking notes on the furniture in these rooms because it's just absolutely gorgeous. I think they've got a lot of George Smith, a lot of antiques, this beautiful terrace. They've got set up a, is that a boule or a platonque? I'm not sure. I wish it would get a bit sunnier, because where I'm heading now is very outdoors. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, this has been the perfect spot to work for the last few hours in peace and quiet. Okay, sorry I did not film very much at all while in Estelle, but had a very, very nice lunch. They have like plat du jour, lunch of the day, plates of the day, and I had the chicken with wedge salad, which always reminds me of the Modern Family episode where Phil doesn't know or doesn't remember that Claire has been trying to persuade him to try a wedge salad for months and months, and then it causes, anyway. You'll know if you watch Modern Family why wedge salad is funny. I thought I would quickly tell you where I'm going next, because I've got a feeling it's going to be one of those things that when I arrive it's going to be go, 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 and I won't actually be able to explain what's going on. Basically, I've been invited to a place called Tree Dwellers, which is, well, you're about to see, but I understand it to be a small collection of extremely luxurious tree houses that are kind of self-catering accommodation. I think they all have kitchens, obviously bathrooms, plumbing, Wi-Fi, all the mod cons, and they are all located within the grounds of the Cornbury estate.
the Cornbury estate is where I go while swimming. It's where our friends Fiona and David live, but the estate is huge, probably one of the biggest estates in the Cotswolds. I'm sure they know that this business is on their estate, but I don't think that they have actually got anything to do with the business. But it's going to be really cool, firstly, to see these tree houses. They are also very well priced, in my opinion. So I feel like if you're coming to the Cotswolds and want to do something a little bit different, this is going to be an awesome place to stay. Most of them are 2-person, 1-bed tree houses, but a couple of them fit 4 people, and I think most of them have the option of like a single sofa bed type situation or pop-up bed in the living room, but we'll see. I'm really intrigued. I've never stayed in a tree house before. They only opened at the end of last summer, so I think it's going to be really, really cool, and they've planned some really fun things for us with loads of local businesses that I already know and love. So it's going to be a really nice thing to recommend to friends and any of you guys that are looking to visit this area as well. So it's going to be really cool. But anyway, next stop, Charlbury, Cornbury Estate, and let's go and check into a treehouse. Yay! I might go via an M&S because if you're staying in a treehouse, I don't know what food I'll be able to summon on request, and there's nothing worse when you're hungry and being in the middle of nowhere, not knowing what food I can get. So yeah, M&S, then treehouse. Okay, my darlings, I have just checked into my treehouse, and this might just be the coolest place to stay in the Cotswolds. Wow, this is absolutely insane. So I am staying in Sambucas, which is pod number 7. It's a 2-bed treehouse, and I've got to say I think this might be the best one because we are down at the very end, which means my views all this way, it's just forest after rolling hill. It is so cool. I'm going to give you a little tour, but also I'm going to leave this website link down below, and honestly I think that this, you have to check this out. This would be just the most unique experience to come and stay here. If you like being in nature but proper camping is not your thing, then this is seriously cool. So this is a little walkway that I just came down. You park up, it's really easy to find, which is great because some parts of this estate are not so easy to find, but you just come in via the sat nav, and there's a little reception desk, and then they bring these little trolleys and bring you to your cabin. This one here is the accessible one, so anyone that is not so great with stairs. Obviously there are little tree houses or foliage houses, fern houses, that would be perfect for you. But as you can see from this very spaceship looking tree house over here, just how cool, that's what we're in right now. We're in one, actually I don't know if mine looks like that or more like that one in the background. I'll show you it from the outside in a second, but okay. Treehouse tour. So you came in, you come in via this door here. I've got this little patio area, and I'll show you the kitchen first. So first of all, really kind of top-notch products in here. So we've got a Sage coffee machine. Tim, who is the mastermind behind all of this, who created Tree Dwellers, he just very kindly showed me how to use it, because I was like, my coffee machine looks different to yours. So he showed me how to do that. Okay, this is interesting. They've got a knife block here, and I want to know how they are keeping these knives in such good condition. We've actually had to throw away so many knives in Strawtop Cottage because our guests have been putting them in the dishwasher. Maybe that's the solution. They don't have a dishwasher here. So you can't ruin the knives because there is no dishwasher to ruin them in. Okay, I've answered my own question. Looks like, are these cocktail shakers? Quite possibly, or very jazzy salt and pepper, I'm not sure. Glassware all up here. Toaster. It's obviously very eco here, so all kind of toxic free lovely products. We've got an eco washing up liquid, rhubarb and lemon. Tim was saying how they like to support and work with local brands where possible. The coffee has been sourced and ground locally, and I believe it is a company that they help to get people back into the working system. So yeah, great that they're supporting local businesses. And they know that Charlie doesn't drink. I don't know if Charlie's going to be able to make it because of reasons that I won't go into, but let's just say life gets in the way. But this is my favourite rose lemonade, so very, very kind that they popped this in the room. We've got lovely gold cutlery. We've got tea bags here from Puka. I might make myself a mint tea in a second. Just really beautifully done. There's an induction hob. There's all of the kind of pots and pans you might need down here. I just love this so much. Got an oven. I might go and get some ingredients to make myself some pancakes in the morning, because why not? It's just fabulous. But the most exciting bit, so let's go through here. This is where I'm going to be waking up in the morning. How bloomin' awesome is this? So cool. So I'm going to wake up to the most incredible views out there to the parkland. Double bed, looks so comfortable. It is so lovely and warm in here. Curtains and blinds, double curtains, double blinds, and straight out onto the balcony if I want to fling open the doors. And bathtub with a view. Look at this. So just like my bedroom, the bathtub has got views out here, which is just so, so gorgeous. Pheasants aplenty. We'll probably see some deer charging by at some point. Really, really cool. Little sink area over here. Then we have got the living area. There is a wood burning stove, which I'm definitely going to be lighting later. And they have there we go. They've done a Jenga stack and popped a login for me, which is so lovely. Wi-Fi and everything is all set up. We've got a gorgeous balcony that looks out onto the forest land. It's going to be a blue sky day tomorrow, so this is just going to be divine. And then bedroom number 2, popped my case in here, and bedroom number 2 actually has an even better bathroom. So, oh, it's so nice and warm in here. Toilet, big sink, mirror area, and lovely big shower. And again, views. Oh, just absolutely gorgeous. So this is what they've got planned for us. We have a welcome shortly at the fire pit, forest bathing taster session. I love the sound of that. And then we've got an hour or half an hour free time before fireside canapes and dinner by Good Gathers, who you know we absolutely adore. And then tomorrow we've got a Bruin Farm tour and lunch, welcome and foraging walk. I love the sound of that. And then lunch at Bruin Farm and a herbal apothecary. Is this not my dream itinerary? It's just so cool to discover something so fun, so near us. I will definitely be recommending to friends and family to come and stay here. It's just so beautifully done. I love that they've used as many local materials as possible. And I mean, this is kind of the most boring time of year when there's not that much going on nature-wise, like there's not that much growing out in the forest, and yet it's still really cool. So I can't even imagine how epic this would be, either when it's snowing, apparently they were chock-a-block at Christmas, or in summer when everything's in full bloom. Just really, really cool. So I'm going to unpack just a little bit, obviously not much, and then go and meet the gang for our fireside introductions. Just as I'm heading to meet the guys for our introductory chat, this is my treehouse from the outside. How cool is that? They just look so futuristic. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. I can't even begin to imagine how they do like the plumbing. Why do I always think about the boring logistics? And then there's the kind of communal space here. I don't know what they normally do, because obviously we're here on a little bit of a press invite. So they've got Good Gathers coming for dinner, and the Cotswold guys doing our breakfast in the morning. Look at that! They've got amazing views from there. So cool. But yeah, I don't know what the food situation would be normally if you just kind of self-cater. Yeah, you've got everything you need to do that. So we're out in the woodlands and we're doing some forest bathing. I'll tell you more about it later, because we're meant to be enjoying the sights and the smells and the sounds, the sensations of being in the woodland. Taking a little stroll, touching different plants and trees to help our stress levels, connecting with nature. I love forest forest bathing. So relaxing. And apparently pine trees actually give off something that helps our immune system. Nature is so clever.
Well, I am so glad that I packed a woolly hat and gloves, because it is so chilly today. It's suddenly gone down a few degrees, but I don't mind, because the reason it's so cold is because the clouds are dispersing and we're going to have such a nice clear evening and sunrise tomorrow, hopefully. So I'm in my cozy cabin again, cozy treehouse. So lovely to chat with Tim a little bit more, who is the creator of Tree Dwellers, and also he invited down a lady named Claire who just took us through the forest bathing experience, which, as I mentioned, I absolutely love forest bathing, any excuse to get out in nature, and it's kind of the antithesis to the fast-paced go go go, check your emails, check your phones, answer this phone call, and you know, all of that constant go 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 that we normally experience. It's lovely to just get out into nature, take note of what you're smelling, what's moving, what sounds can you hear, and it kind of takes you back to this almost childlike adolescence, which is really, really lovely. It's a great group of girls here, and we're all meeting now back by the fire pit, Love Island style, for canapes and then dinner created for us by 𝑐𝑷𝑬𝑵. The team are here. I'm going to pop over and say hello to them. Don't know what's on the menu, but I am layering up again. I just threw this into my suitcase at the very last minute, but I am so glad that I did. I'm going to zip up my gilet and head out for dinner. Yeah, I don't know what's on the menu, but it's 𝑐𝑷𝑬𝑵, so it's going to be delicious.
Look at this feast that 𝑐𝑷𝑬𝑵 have prepared for us. We have got, oh my goodness, a beautiful steak with broccoli, and I'm actually not sure what this is, but we'll find out. Got some delicious smashed potatoes, got some radicchio. Oh, thank you. This is dried beef medallion, yamarillo, cauliflower puree, purple sprouting broccoli, carrot crisps. Oh, wild garlic salsa verde. Amazing.
Hair, the March hare, and there's a symbol associated with it that seems to be a heart and a little chick.
Okay, just got back to the tree houses after our lovely evening. We had the most scrumptious dinner prepared for us by Ross at 𝑐𝑷𝑬𝑵. Just amazing what he can do with it's kind of like a little tuk-tuk with a pizza oven in it, and I mean, that steak was amazing with I think it was a celeriac puree and purple sprouting broccoli. So good. And then they made rhubarb hot toddies for us with our dessert that we enjoyed by the fire, and they'd organised for this incredible guy, and I feel really bad that I didn't actually catch his name. And he was basically kind of like a folklore storyteller, and he was telling us all of these different tales. Come on. All of these different tales about everything from why the different place names around here are called the different names, about all of the different megaliths around here, like the Rollright stones, and all the different folklore stories around that. And he just had such a lovely calm voice. So it was really lovely telling the tales around the campfire. It's only 8:30 now, but we're all getting a little bit chilly. So we've come back to the tree houses and lighting the fire. Trying to light the fire at least. There we go. And I'm going to have a very early night. I'm trying to decide whether I go to the gym at Estelle Manor tomorrow, seeing as I'm so close. I think it'll depend on how well I sleep tonight. But I'm actually going to end this vlog here, and yeah, because I think it's getting quite long. So thank you so much if you got to the end. Leave the word fire in your comment if you got to the end of the vlog. and thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon in the next one. Good night.